Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of It's On Us podcast. On this very special episode, we have high school friend, middle school friend, and local beer brewer, Mr. Marc Garcia, stop by and join this show to talk about his beer brewing journey, and we also review a couple of his home brews. So, if you got time, take a listen and enjoy the episode.
Oh, buddy. Ow, fuck.
Now I did it.
You see, now you got that
Yeah.
straight line.
Ah.
Sync that up with the...
Oh yeah, I gotta look at the camera now. That's bad.
You don't have to look at the camera.
You're right, I don't. But welcome back, everybody, to another episode of IOE Podcast. I know that was kind of like an unorthodox intro, but we're just testing new things out this episode. So you see us, we won't see you, because technically, like that option's not available yet, like this. But it's okay.
Jacob.
But with that being
Butchering
said,
this right now. Oh
Damn.
my god.
Everybody, we have visuals now, so you probably will see this.
Yes, you
Hello.
will. Hi, Mom.
that was way more terrible than mine. But anyways, we have a small cast today. We have Mr. Osh,
Yo, yo.
birthday boy, number 29.
Yep.
We got John
Hello.
to my far left.
Hello.
And then we have a very special guest. A gentleman that we've known since high school for all of us.
I would say since high school. Maybe, where'd you go to middle school?
Johnny Wilson.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny
Oh, yeah.
Wilson
Oh,
days.
fuck. Yeah. Middle school days.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We don't talk about all of that.
Yeah, we don't talk about
Yeah,
yeah.
talk about it, yeah.
Mr. Marc Garcia.
Hello, hello.
He is a fireman, and he is also a home brewer.
Yeah.
So, Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, welcome here because you've also been a listener to the show for a while, correct?
Yeah. About a year, actually. Thank you. Thank you so much
We
for
appreciate
your
your dedication and loyalty to following us through our rough journey. And you see the intro, fucking. It was, oh, God. All right. But yeah, no, we appreciate you, coming on, being a guest, and
absolutely.
learning about your beers.
Yeah.
So, what beers did you bring for us today?
Okay, I brought four.
You brought
I got, probably the first beer that I made, the recipe of, is a Citra IPA. We can start there. We can not start there. I got a seltzer, not the best one. We can start there. Too. I want to finish with the better ones. I made a special one for you guys. I want to finish with that one.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So we'll start. We'll start with an IPA.
Okay.
IPA.
Now, what does IPA stand for, Mark?
IPA stands for India Pale Ale. It's just a style of beers that I don't even know if they came out of India, but they use a lot of malt hops in them, and those hops create a bitterness of the beer. So I brought some.
Look at him, little guy.
These are taster cups, but they're actually yogurt cups.
Oh,
so
nice.
the wee yogurt. It's
They
like
look like little jam jars.
yeah. I'll just pass these out.
We're like scientists.
These look like little beakers.
Now wait a minute. So Osh is actually allergic to orange. Is there any
Orange.
Is there any
There's
orange?
no orange in any of these.
Perfect. So if I ever
The hot.
wanted to
I'm
like
jealous.
create a beer, or like if you were to make me a beer, it would not have any orange in it, but
I can do that. See, I was actually thinking about doing an orange peel beer, but I won't do that now.
I mean you can for the orange pill, lovers and.
Lovers.
So Jacob, what color is this?
This is,
You had to review it.
if I had to review it,
Yeah, remember there's a palette of colors, and you're well. I don't want to announce that for you, but
it's like I say it's a caramel color.
Yeah, that's good.
Like that's the best description I have for it.
Thank you.
That is nice foam. That was a good pour.
That's a head. You call
Yeah,
it?
I know. I actually know it's called a head. I just was like,
Nice foam.
nice foam.
I don't got a lot of head on my.
If you
leg.
go to
No,
a brewery,
that's probably the first pour.
if he goes to a brewery and says nice foam, do you think they're gonna kick him out?
No, they'll probably look at me like, "What did you just say?"
Hey, we're gonna educate you.
Where's your parents at?
Where's your ID?
So, cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
I will from this distance.
Yeah, we can cheers.
All right.
Birthday,
Hey,
bud.
Happy birthday to Osh.
Appreciate it, man. All right. So there's a the way that you drink beer for
sure.
taste. So go into that a little bit, like.
Your nose they just discovered this has taste buds in your nose.
What?
So yeah, a lot of tasting is in smell. So you give a good, nice big whiff.
Damn, that
You're
was
gonna
like a
get some
really
citrus
aggressive.
notes, some caramel notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty aggressive smell.
That was like.
There you go.
That's good. I like it. I like it.
It is bitter.
Yeah. See, can't rock with it.
I do like the texture of it though.
That's another thing. The mouthfeel. Mouthfeel's good.
Hey, Jacob, I might steal your spot for a second, bro.
Shit.
No, I'm not a big beer drinker, but like when I do for like I go for taste,
Exactly.
value of the beer, and I'm like, this is a quality beer.
It is for IPA drinkers.
See? So you're not IPA.
I do not
I
like.
can tell you're not IPA.
They're not my jam. Just too bitter for me.
Okay. Not bad.
I do like this.
All right, so we kind of spoke about this outside, but Mark, like, tell us like what started this journey for you.
So it really started when, I guess in college, I got tired of drinking Busch Light, Bud Light,
Oh man,
Miller Lite, all the parties,
Yeah.
drinking all that beer. Didn't really get into it. So when I turned 21, started buying build your own 6-packs from Kroger, a bunch of craft beers, and then more recently, my girlfriend bought me a build your own craft beer kit. It was like a 5-gallon silver bucket with a bunch of powders, a bunch of syrups, and you just kind of throw it all together and it makes beer. Okay. Like I'm still fermenting out of that bucket. It's like a 5-gallon plastic Home Depot bucket.
Oh god.
So all these beers have been fermented in a plastic food safe bucket. But she got me that for $100, and I've made 3 or 4 beers out of that. So I think this IPA was still made in that 5-gallon stainless steel pan or pot.
Okay.
But since then, I've read a bunch of books, learned a bunch of stuff from other brewers, go on forums, and then I just enjoy the science of creating a recipe on your own, but also the art form you have of making the beer. So it's like a science art.
Yeah, you're like a mad beer scientist in a sense.
Yeah.
In a good way though. I mean, because like something you enjoy and like anything that you want to get into, of course you do your own research.
Right.
Because like nobody's ever going to make something that you exactly like. It can be similar, but like if you create it yourself, it's like a whole different like appreciation for it. Like, okay, this is my first one. So how many like beer palettes do you have? Like per se, like how many beers are you like making?
So this year was a big year for me. I planned. I got a new brew kit. Spent a couple $100 on it, and thought I'm gonna make 1 beer a month. So each month I'm making a different style of beer. I think I made this IPA in January. I made a Bock, a Pilsner, Hefeweizen, a lot of German beers. I got one fermenting right now. It's a strawberry milkshake IPA. Ooh. So it is going to be a little bitter, but it's going to have some lactose in it, and some strawberry powders, and it's going to taste pretty good.
That sounds amazing.
Count me in.
Yeah, that sounds different.
Me in.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I probably won't drink a lot of it. But,
Oh, so you're real big on like you drink almond milk.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I advocate for almond milk too. Jacob, he drinks titty milk.
Oh
We're not
my
gonna go into that.
goodness! I drink
Even though there's a shortage right now, but we're not gonna talk about it. So. It's fine, whatever.
I can't with you. So, Mark, with you doing these beers, what's the biggest thing? Like, has this process taught you like more about like how you approach your daily life too?
Yeah, I wasn't always a planner.
Okay.
And I started having to write. I got a notebook. I started writing everything down in notebooks because there's so much that goes into making beer.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, like my day to day, I have to write it down in a notebook. I got to write down what am I going to do this day. I write everything down. Workouts, write down. Food, grocery lists. It's all written down.
I've gotten into that habit of late. I was gonna make sure I stay prepared.
It also comes with age too, man. Like you forget things so much.
I tell people like, if you tell me something in 5 minutes, send text or something because I'm going to forget in like 15 minutes because our brain jumps from one activity to the next. I'm like, oh, it's behind me. Remind me a different day. I don't know.
Yeah, I've definitely texted people like 3 days later after getting a text. I'm like,
I'm terrible at that. Terrible.
I know.
We know. We know.
What do you mean?
You check his text like emails almost like yes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
I responded to that in my head.
In your head, you're like, okay, but physically,
He's next level thinking. He's like, I want to think this message to you, but
John, if you could set up an automated email response for text messages, would you do it?
Yeah, I would do that. Like, hey, I appreciate your message. I'll get back to you shortly. Like a business email.
Please allow 2 to 3 business days in this process.
if it's during schoolwork days, then it's probably not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah. After 5 p.m. Potentially.
No, so Mark, do you have a favorite of all the beer that you've brewed?
Like a favorite of mine?
Yes.
I actually really like the Citra IPA. That's this one we're drinking now. It is my favorite. I think it was because it was the first one I made individually, like crafted my own recipe. A lot of the ones I've pulled recipes from other people and kind of used them, but this one was all me. I enjoy it quite a bit.
Nice. What about anybody else's? Have you had any like local beers that you really enjoy?
There's a lot of local beers. I'm not a fan of seltzer, but Unplugged Brewery in Elyria makes a blue raz seltzer that's amazing.
I think I've had that. I think I tried that.
Yeah,
It's good.
It's good color, smooth. Basket Brewery makes a really good porter. I'm not a fan of porters, but they make a good porter.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brewery in Amherst, Ghost Tree, has really good beers too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm sure you like them because they got smashed
Yeah,
in the kitchen.
smash pizza, yeah. I went there one time, I was like, I want a Miller Lite, but your version of Miller Lite. And they were like, yeah, we got you. So,
Oh yeah.
They were looking out for you. They're like, yeah, Pete doesn't do craft beer. Let's just keep it simple for him.
It's intriguing though, because I enjoy IPA, and like they had this like TikTok of like this guy describing like different beers, and like IPA is like he's on the cabinet like trying to get like a glass, and then like another beer will be like a Bush. He's just sitting on the couch like somebody in college, like basically each beer describing like a character of a person, and I'm like, this type of person would drink this type of beer.
Yeah.
So if Jacob, you were a beer, what would you be?
I know where you're going with this. I already know because my favorite beer is a pumpkin beer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so
What does that mean?
I don't know. So you said describe myself as a beer, or what's my favorite beer?
Like
if you had to be a beer, yeah.
If I had to be a beer, it's pumpkin. Like that's my favorite beer. It's like the fall. I guess the fall, like energy and taste it gives me, I guess is the best way to say it.
Okay.
That's why I don't know. I think that's also like when I think of like stouts and porters, which I prefer over IPAs, is that it's like it kind of reminds you of like winter in a way. That's when they usually come out, and just like I don't know. I've always liked wintertime, so that's I think maybe why I'm drawn to them more, and they just taste a little bit different than
they make you warm and fuzzy inside.
all warm and fuzzy, John. You know that, buddy.
That's almost how I feel about Christmas ales.
I was gonna say.
I don't know what's in a Christmas ale.
A bunch of spices.
Yeah,
Okay,
spices.
and I love spices. So like 2 of those, I'm literally like,
Oh, you're going.
where's Osh on the dance floor? Crazy. So.
Merry Christmas. It's October, man.
They should bring that back for July though.
They do.
They
I
do.
think.
They do.
I would say
Christmas in July, they have
they tap it right.
Yep.
It's at the inaugural tap.
I'm gonna have to get me some.
It's. So I don't know if you guys want to finish this bottle. We got the seltzer next.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, let's go through them and see, like,
All right.
just review each one. Yeah. We got time, right?
If I had to be a beer, I'd probably disrespect you guys. I'd probably be like a Miller High Life or something. Just
That's so disrespectful.
simple,
John.
classic.
Oh,
Hey,
gosh.
champagne of beers, man.
Champagne of beer.
Okay.
I'm drinking plenty of High Lifes in my day.
Oh, you wouldn't be a seltzer? You wouldn't be like a White Claw or like a Bud Light? How do you feel about every beer now becoming like a seltzer?
What is
It's
a seltzer? What the?
So a seltzer. So beers are using malt sugars to make alcohol. Seltzers almost exclusively use corn sugar. So every seltzer you have is going to be a corn sugar seltzer. If you go to like local breweries that have seltzers, a lot of their seltzers are colored yellow, have like a discolored white because of the corn from that.
Shit.
So is that supposed to be a healthier alternative, or?
I don't know. I still think there's calories in every seltzer.
I believe it. Yeah.
I think there's less carbs because with beer it's all bread. Like your malt.
That's why you get so full every time you drink. I'm like, oh man, I can't drink beer all the time because I get full every time off of like 1 or 2, and I'm like, that's where the beer belly comes into play, and I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah, you get the beer belly. So this is a failed brew, right? So this is something that I thought was going to be delicious, and it's all right. I would say that's the best way to describe it. It's not great. So
Kind of looks like wine.
yeah, so that's where I'm getting. The trick to see with seltzers is getting a flavor, right? So you could make the corn sugar and ferment that, but you need to add flavor. most people add extract, which is just a clear liquid that you can, it's condensed. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be all natural. So I used actual frozen blueberries, and I used mint leaves to kind of give it like a blueberry mojito flavor. It did not come out that way.
It did?
It did not come out that way.
I tasted this while it actually was still fermenting.
Yeah, so that's something that a lot of brewers do is taste it mid-ferment to see if their flavor's coming out. Mm-hmm. I had just added the blueberries when I had him taste it, and it was not good.
It was hot garbage. Respectfully.
No.
Respectfully.
There was a lot of off smells, and there's still kind of an off smell there. It's a lot less, but it was there for sure. Do you want more of that? Jacob, you got half a
Sure.
Look at you. Party foul.
That would have been bad. It's fine though. I'll be okay.
The only saving grace of this is that because the blueberries were added and it added some blueberry flavor, it also gave the yeast a lot more sugar to eat up. So the percentage, I'm guessing, is like 8.5%, 9%.
I was gonna say, yeah. What are the percentages? Like, what's the first one we had? What was the percentage?
The percentage of that. That's why I have my notebook. I don't remember.
How do you calculate the percentage even? What does that even?
Cool. Wow.
You measure. So actually, Jacob did some of this. You measure the weight of the water, of the liquid relative to water. So water is a weight of 1. Anything higher than that, you've got some solid in the water. So you measure it pre-ferment, and then you measure it after fermentation. And that difference is the amount of alcohol that's in your water.
Oh, no shit.
That Citra was... Shit, write it down. I don't think I wrote it down. I think it's like 5.5%.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't write that one down.
So Jacob,
What's up?
what color is this beer?
This color is a... I would say like a purple-ish, bluish tint. Like, because it has like a dark purple
A little bit.
in the middle. When the light hits it, it's like a lighter purple. Like
Listen, I know that guys aren't good at colors, so...
You know that like most guys are like colorblind, so like
I know like 6 colors. 6.
see, and they're all like primary colors.
Roy G. Biv, that's it.
We learned this in elementary school, so yeah.
I mean,
You get into different like ambers and like ginger flavored beers.
Mm-hmm.
You know about that, right?
yeah.
You're a ginger, right?
My girlfriend's a ginger.
Nice.
Full on redhead.
Does she have a soul?
I'd like to think so.
Okay. So,
Emily, I'm sorry if you're listening to this.
I told somebody one time that they're a ginger and they had no soul. I'm like,
Damn.
and she was like, "You really think I was like,
And then you had her on the podcast like a
no."
year ago?
right. Yeah.
But nah, she was a coworker. And she was like, I was like, no, I don't think that. I was like, I was just being a smartass because my brother is a ginger, and told him he ain't no soul.
She started like crying in front of you.
Nah,
like,
but
how
she
do
felt
you feel
bad.
now?
She felt bad for like a day. I was like, oh no, it wasn't meant to be taken that way. I'm sorry.
So, Mark, question for you. So, like, what was your first beer
The first beer that I made.
that you ever had?
Ever had. I'm going to be honest, it's probably a Bud Light.
Same.
Classic, like
Same.
Bud Light.
You know.
Yeah.
So don't promote underage drinking, but
No.
I was definitely underage drinking a Bud Light.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, the older you've gotten, like, at what space were you like, this is my preference. I prefer to have this over, I don't know, IPA or like a...
I'd have to say around 21, 22. There was a bar in Bowling Green where I went to school, and they would serve $5 pints like $3 pints on like Tuesday or Wednesdays. And I would look at all the beers and I'm like, okay, 5.5%, 5.5%, 6.5%, 7.5%. I want that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got most bang for my buck. I want,
Absolutely.
the 7% beer. And that's when I really started to like IPAs. It was I remember a Dogfish had 90-minute IPAs. It was a 9% beer for $3.
You can't beat that.
I would have been
I'm up.
wrecked. Man.
Yeah, but you only had an hour. So I would slam 4 or 5 of these and then just sip water for like the next 2 hours.
Is that the place with the fishbowl?
That was not Nate and Wally's, but I've been there. No, but they do also have. See, Nate and Wally's, they had a fishbowl for like $5, and then they had a 32-ounce PBR for like $3.
Yeah.
So I've
I
been there a
visited
lot,
there
too.
a couple times.
Yeah.
you can't really beat a $3 beer, especially if the percentage is like higher than
That's what I do every
5,
time.
6%. You're like, yo, I'd rather have like a 6-pack of like something that's like almost 10%. I don't know how high it goes.
You can get beers
Sorry.
high as like 15, 16% beers. There's yeast. It all depends on your yeast. Your yeast will eat up more. But yeah, there's some nice yeast that'll eat up like 16%.
The whole like term of eating, like yeast eating things, I'm like, I just can't.
It kind of sits and settles. You know? I don't know.
What does that mean?
So I'm gonna mess with your head a little bit. Yeast are a living organism
Oh, gosh.
throughout the process of making beer.
They're like in there, and
So
John, shut up.
What the fuck?
like Pac-Man type of shit.
when you
Yeah.
go to breweries, they take out the yeast. But with home brewing, I don't have the equipment to take out yeast. So there's still yeast in that beer just kind of floating around.
Oh, hey.
That's why the IPA was a little hazy. It had a little not clarity to it. There's yeast sediment in there.
Interesting.
I just love the science behind all of this, and you're so intriguing to like listen to because like you've done enough research where it's like, okay, this eats this, that's off O2, and like it rises. Like that's pretty impressive. So
Yeah.
like,
You're passionate about
Yeah.
it. That's for sure. Jacob, this is not like weed or something. It's like,
just that good.
Allergic to blueberries?
No, I got a tickle in my throat.
here, take a water. Here.
Oh, thanks, man.
He needs a pumpkin beer. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
I thought about making one, homemade.
See, can you guys make this announcement so the world knows
What?
what's about to happen? I'm excited for you guys because I want to.
So,
We need a timeout.
nah. I approached Mark a couple weeks ago after I tried some of his beer. I had invited him over to pick up some beer signs that I just got. And I had this idea going around in my head, so I pitched to him. Well, here's the announcement. We are going to be making a beer talk show, in a sense. That's the best way to describe it. We're going to be reviewing local beers, talking about his journey home brewing, and just my quirky stories of beer. I guess it's the best way to say it.
So I guess like for me, like for you guys, what would be like a funny like instance where you were drinking beer and like something funny happened? Like, can you remember something that's really good, like really ironic of like you drinking a beer on this day and like I don't know, somebody bust their ass or like just a good memory off like your first beer experience. I've never just gotten drunk just off beer. Like
No?
it's always like
No?
liquor beer, but like
I remember when I used to underage drink, not promoting it. I remember people would pour beer into the cups like in beer pong, and I was like, first off, I never drank a beer before, and they were like, here, throw this ball, pick it off the ground, and then throw it in a cup, and then you're gonna drink it after we're done. And it's like. Then I'd pick out like hair and shit.
There's always a
Yeah.
water cup though, right?
Yeah,
There's always a cup
yeah.
on the side. You can do a little rinse. But
Little rinse.
I remember my first party, like going to it, and it was like cool, like this is awesome. I was like, I looked in the cup, and I was like, whatever was in there, just down, and then
yeah,
Bad.
and I'm like one of the best at beer pong, but like never in my life like have I ever.
Bullshit that comes out your mouth sometimes.
I'm undefeated last time I checked. I don't know. But like I don't like the fact that like it hits the floor, you have to put it back in the beer and like oh yeah, I sank that
that's
cup.
why I
You
like
gotta
playing with
drink that.
water. Let's play with
Yeah,
water.
and I'll just drink
a beer
my
on the side.
preferred beer, IPA. I'm a fan of IPA.
Now, so there's a whole bunch of house rules of beer pong, and I don't know. I get kind of like when people are like, oh yeah, you gotta like spin around. if you catch it, you gotta spin around, throw it. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
So I actually had it one time where my rule was, or a house rule that I had in my house. Why was that? We were in my fucking house.
Yeah, so you make the rule.
Aggressive with that.
Yeah.
I made it into somebody's cup. They were holding.
Oh, you got to chug that.
That's over. It's over. Game
That's
over.
dead. That's game time.
They got all. They were like, no, they. I'm like, it's game over. That's death cup.
If I make it in your personal cup,
Yeah,
like
the
yeah, that's
personal
the,
cup.
Yeah.
It was like
See, but if you like, we've been to enough colleges and visited enough parties to like we see like
Couth,
all the
you
different rules that goes into like beer pong and like I don't know.
Did you ever see any crazy ass rules
any rule
at college, or just in general?
at Ohio State? So I went to Bowling Green.
Okay.
A bunch of us went to Ohio State to play some, flip cup, beer pong, all those games. Ohio State plays with 6 cups. No 10 cup game. It's 6 cups.
I like that.
speed.
I walked on the table. 2 guys, 2 cups, roll back. 2 cups, roll back. 2 cups, gone. Game was over. We didn't even throw the ball.
Damn.
We lost the game.
They said you can't touch it here.
They said, oh, you're not from here? No, we're done. Wow. You run the table, get off.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Laser.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, there's levels
They
to like
ain't playing.
beer pong. Yeah, that's why I'm just a competitive person, like nature wise. Like I'm like, whatever it is, we can play fucking. He got all these yard games too that they don't have no idea about, and I'm like, you guys gotta play these games. Because once you start drinking beer, it opens you up to like this different world of like sports and like different like beer Olympics, like
Activities, yeah.
The Beer Olympics.
I've done beer Olympics.
yeah.
Yeah, well, what entails with that? What is beer? I thought I saw you there or something. You might have posted about it.
So beer Olympics. This was like 2014, 2015. Each, it was a huge party. The homeowners had teams of 4, so every team was a team of 4, and they went by. They had like 6 or 7 games. I don't know if you guys ever played dizzy bat race. You take a plastic bat, you fill it with a beer. You hollow it out, fill it with a beer, chug the beer, or maybe you do like 10 rounds of dizzy bat and then chug the beer.
Yeah.
Or you do one or the other, but then you have to run to the end, and then you crunch up your can that you drank the beer out of, and someone throws the can to you, and you have to hit it after you've done the dizzy spins.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So that was the first game. They did they had beer pong, they had flip cup, and teams were going off. They had a whole scoreboard. I was a ref, so I wore a ref jersey and just drank the whole time.
Nice.
But the final game was each team started the night with a bottle, like a fifth. It may have been a liter and a half. By the end of the night, they had to have finished that bottle. They had to finish their bottle and their 30 rack of beer. The final the final game was a puzzle. It was like a 40-piece puzzle. Now, these people were so fucking hammered.
Like 40 pieces, you're like, okay, that's
I
easy.
can't do a puzzle
But
regardless.
at this point, though, it's like you're so gone because you've been drinking the whole time. It's like, all right, you got to be calm at the end. Put this puzzle together. You're like, oh, shit.
So not only did they have to finish the puzzle, Little Caesars was ordered, and each team had to finish a $5 Little Caesars pizza. So they finished the puzzle, they finished the pizza, they have their 30 rack of beer, they have their empty bottles. They win the final game.
What the fuck?
Now, they had to total up scores and shit. I don't know if anybody won. It got to that point in the night that everybody was so
Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
Yeah, went out to the bars and left.
It was a fun day. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy. But okay, so this beer, like, I do like it. It is a bit a little fruitier.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't order this at the bar, but it would be an option. Like, I don't know, they seen it and like they didn't have what I wanted. Definitely this one.
It tastes way better.
Than previously.
Yes. So I can appreciate that process, and I think it tastes pretty good.
Yeah, this in my mind, that was a failure. I probably will never make that again in that specific way. Mm-hmm. I'll probably change up quite a bit of it. I probably won't use fresh blueberries because that ruined the flavor. Use different yeast. I think I used a wine yeast, so it tastes winey because of that. Now, yeast gives off flavors on top of them being alive. Mm-hmm. They give off different flavors.
No shit.
What you doing,
man? Rinsing it out a little bit.
Oh, you want a more pure taste? Gotcha.
Yeah, and I guess if you're...
Can I cleanse my palate, please? Yeah. Like,
if you're a beer snob, yeah, you can use water to clean out your tasters, but...
Thanks, man.
You fucking snob.
What? You're cut off already.
Yeah, so this one, Jacob's actually already had. I gave him a couple of these, and he didn't drink them. He actually had me over to finish, so I had to finish my own beer.
Interesting.
That's fine.
How disrespectful!
Disrespectful as hell.
This is very dark. This is dark.
Yeah, so this is a German Bock. Germans are very pure with their beer, not with anything else.
Shout out to the Germans, I guess.
They used to have a law back in like the 1500s that said you can only use 4 ingredients: water, yeast, hops, and grain, like your malt.
Damn,
so
that's like some
basic ass.
Yeah. So every German beer, I have 2 German beers here. Every German beer that I have uses those 4 ingredients. And this is a Bach. It's a darker amber brown. I don't know what you call that, Jacob.
I would call that amber color. Mine has some good head right now.
And,
John just,
Why did you look at me like
for
that?
the people that couldn't see John's face, he hit me with like, I don't know what that means exactly, but
he hit you with a pause. You were supposed to say pause after that.
You know what's funny though? Like, because I went to a bar and I'm sitting there. I'm not a beer drinker, like I said before, and like the guy next to me is like, "Oh, hey, can I get more head?" And I'm like, "Whoa, bro!" In front of all these people, he was like, "No, in my beer." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I never heard the term, and I'm like, "Oh, that's what that means."
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have said that.
Nah, how he said it, I'm like,
"Excuse me, miss, can I have some more head over here?"
That's a moment where you should ask for more foam.
"See,
Can I get foam?
some froth on here, please. Froth.
And then they'll pour it and be like, "Oh, he has more head than me." I'm like, "Whoa!" I'm like,
Let me
"Okay."
get some head. You giving head out? Shit.
John, try that bottle.
What bottle? Huh? What?
But you don't promote
Oh, okay.
a possible sponsor. I don't know.
I don't know how that shit works.
Okay, Jacob, this is like an amber color.
Yeah.
All right,
It's good. This is more up my alley of beers.
I haven't tasted. Let me give it a.
There is some caramel malt in there, so you'll get a
was
caramel
gonna
flavor.
So you say caramel, so it's not caramel?
I'm a
It's a caramel.
strict caramel.
Caramel.
That's an extra syllable in there.
Caramel. Caramel.
Caramel.
Caramel.
Now, this one isn't too bad. German's doing something right. All right.
Something.
So is this one of your favorite brews that you've done?
Yeah. This was actually probably like the biggest hit.
Okay.
I give out this beer for free because legally I can't sell it. Homebrew is exclusively for personal consumption. Mm-hmm. So I'll have somebody over, like Jacob. I'll have him try a beer and say, "Okay, why don't you just go home with the rest of these and just give you a 6-pack." But everybody I've given this out to, everybody loves it.
This is very good.
I think this is another 5.5% beer. I'd have to look.
The Notebook.
Yeah, because
The notebook.
I have to write down when I brew the beer and when I bottle the beer.
The Notebook is going to have its own segment on the show.
Nice.
Some way, somehow. You don't make it happen.
This is intentionally meant to be a 7.5% beer. I think it turned out to be more like 6.5. Yes,
nice.
it's a 6.5% beer.
This is good. It's like dark, but it's still kind of light in a sense. It's got a good light going down.
I can have a couple of these and I'll be
yeah,
okay. Yeah. It doesn't bring that instant fullness.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is more settled. I can deal with this. So what's the most beer you've ever drunk in one day?
I think probably a 30 rack.
30?
So in Bowling Green, they go hard for St. Patty's Day. Mm-hmm. My freshman year, St. Patty's Day was on a Saturday.
Oh, that's
of course.
So I don't know if you guys know Marc Nazario.
Oh,
I do. Shout out to Mark.
Yeah, shout out to other Mark. Me and him were buddies
Second
senior
Mark.
year.
Yeah, I got you.
His brother was a senior at BG, and so he came up for St. Patty's Day that year. I think we started at 8 or 9, and that was late. My senior year, I started at 5 a.m.
That's about right.
And cakes and eggs, but we had a 30 rack. Each had a 30 rack. You're walking down the street, and cops can stop you if you're on the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. So this whole street of, I don't even remember what street it was in BG, they set up fences, those plastic, shitty party fences.
Orange thing.
They bought
keep you in the street?
No, they bought it for the yard. So they would put it in the front of the yard.
Got it.
So instead of having to walk, onto the sidewalk into the next house, you could just walk in the yards.
Oh, to keep you in
fence.
to keep you in.
Yeah, the cops couldn't get you then.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me of OU.
That's smart, yeah.
They were like, you just can't be in the street. You
Nope.
just got to be out of the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be in the...
And those cops, they don't want to arrest you. I mean, there's so many drunk college kids.
Did they have horses at BG?
Horses?
Yeah, horse cops?
They got horses there down there, DJ.
I mean, it's the middle of nowhere, but yeah, they
got a whole fleet of them. Yeah.
I know in OU they definitely had horse cops.
Bowling Green was not in the 18th century. They did not have horse cops. Bojack was not there.
Oh my god.
That is pretty cool when the cops pull up and he's on a horse. I'm like, are you a cowboy or are you a horse?
So that was the heaviest drinking day ever for you?
Oh yeah, because we drank the 30 rack, and then I think Mark had a bottle of what was it, UV, the like the colored vodka. He had that in a Gatorade bottle, like UV blue, and I think we finished that bottle, and I was like, I don't remember the rest of the night.
I think for me, it was either St. Patrick's Day that I went out to Cleveland or a Pumpkin Fest day. I think I had like 12% beers.
15
Yeah.
beers, 12%.
Yeah.
See, I feel like each of those beers should count for 3, right? Like 12%.
Then man,
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather have a 6-pack of something 12% than like
oh yeah, for sure.
a 24-pack of only like 5%. Right. I'm like,
The only, I guess, low percentage beer I really drink anymore on a regular would be like a summer shandy.
I love summer shandies.
Shandies are nice.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
The other day, I just had a peach summer shandy, and I'm like,
Wow.
Those are different. Never heard of that.
Never heard of that.
yeah. Where was I? I may have been in like probably Westlake or something. No, I was at I played at Razzles in North Olmsted, and they had this like on tap, and I'm like, let me try this peach summer shandy. They were like, okay, it was pretty good though. I mean, out of all these beers, I think this will be like number 2 on my list.
Oh, on your rating system? Okay.
Yeah. How many beers do we have total to test out? Like
We have 4.
Okay, so this would be number 2. The last one, it's in last place right now. So, but there's one that I'm excited to try though.
That's the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Jacob, question for you.
Oh man, what's up?
Why a beer review?
Because in this area, because I shared an article with these two yesterday. In Ohio in general, there's 400 craft breweries.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in this area alone, there's a lot. You got like Avon Brewing Company, you got Unplugged, you got Basketball Brewing, Eastside, you got all these other ones. Then you got even Cleveland to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And just with a variety of like that, you can kind of do just like a spiral thing, work your way, from in and to out.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the fact that you can start generating a lot of business like that. And I feel like, excuse me, with us already starting our platform and then adding a show like this, it's just it's cohesive. It's well thought out. And it's also, like we've said in past episodes, our class doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Doing shit. So
we're probably the best class to ever done it. I mean, to be honest, if I'm being completely honest right now,
I mean, so you take
top
that
3, not 3, right,
into consideration. It just seemed like it just is gonna work, just because our class supports each other. So I just figure with that support, and it's something different that people from, that know us or just don't do it around here.
And I think even more so, it's that it's kind of the IOU thing that we're supporting others, and this kind of makes sense that you guys would support by reviewing other people, other brewers,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think if you live in Lorraine County or even Cleveland area and you want to get into craft beer and you don't know where to start, like this show would give you options. Like, I know that Unplugged has a lot of good seltzers or a lot of good IPAs.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I like. I want to go there.
Right.
Now, a lot of people, they may not even know that there are craft beer places in their area. Like, there's a new one opening in Amherst on 58, right by the Lorraine County Visitor Center. Like right next to it. I wouldn't have known it just opened like a month ago.
That's what's up.
Because we went to, me and you tried, we went to the Shipyard and we tried Unplugged. Mm-hmm. And they had a couple of different beers that I liked. They have a coffee one, and I was like,
the coffee. This kind of almost gave me a little coffee node to it, but this is I definitely like this.
Coffee beers are awesome.
Yeah. Now, if I added that, it wouldn't be a German Bock anymore. It'd be a coffee style Bock, but it'd be good.
We'll let the Germans have this one. That's fine.
Well, the next one is also a German beer.
Nice.
So it's a German Pilsner made with one malt, single hop. Water, yeast. That's it.
4 ingredients.
4 ingredients.
That's so simple.
To piggyback off your question too, I was gonna get that in at least one time this episode.
Piggyback.
Just like how he can explain it, like how he explains the brewing process and how he can explain it to where almost anybody can understand it. And then you got me, who's very opposite. I think that just duo of opposite personalities will just make it enjoyable to watch, because it's not like you got Mark over here breaking down formulas and shit, and I'm just going like, bro, Just stop. You done lost me like two minutes ago, bro. But we're gonna be able to, develop that into something the audience will enjoy.
It's that teacher background I got. Be a teacher-student relationship.
There you go. Hey, I like that. I like that.
Hey, I like that. That's actually pretty clever. Look at you.
No, I appreciate that. So, like, you guys want to just, educate people on what is beer, how do you drink beer, what are the quality of beer, and it's like, we'll show you different preferences. I like that. Yeah. Definitely, like, now promote you guys also because you're an extension of us. So, definitely excited to see what you guys do.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
Birthday, bud.
I suppose, yeah.
1 year ago today, we were in Miami and Jacob wasted that
I was just gonna say we gotta finish these beers. I'm not a fan of wasting alcohol.
You,
Jacob.
tell me about it. No, I mean, I just, my mom always told me, don't start something you can't finish, all right? And I take that in every aspect of my life.
Goodness.
Listen, I was lactose intolerant, and growing up, my aunts made me drink the milk out of the cereal.
Oh, man.
I had to finish the bowl.
I don't care if you start itching. Drink the juice.
No, it ain't itching. It's shit.
You gotta clear your whole schedule after that.
Clear the schedule, clear the bowels. Damn.
It's like you had plans to go hang. Hey, look, yo,
You had plans.
we got to push these back at least 2 hours minimum.
Jeez, yeah. No. Yeah. About a year ago, we were all hanging out in Miami, and that's something I want to do for us also. Like, I would like for this podcast to go different places, set up, and like see different sceneries. And you guys can also do that with your brew review. And like, we'll go to California, do some beer reviews out there. Colorado beer reviews out there.
There's so much beer. There's so many. There's so much. So it's like a really big topic. It's really vast. So I know you guys are gonna do.
So do you guys want to bring that on Broadway? Like your own type of beer to Broadway?
That's not a plan. That's probably not a 5-year plan. I think 5 years still going to be home brewing. 10 years later, maybe I open a shop and just do distribution. Maybe in 15 years have a tap room open, but there's money in distribution. If you want to make money, you can just distribute beer. I know Unplugged started off as a distribution center, and they had COVID happen, and then they had to sell their own beer.
There goes my wife. Yeah.
Hello, wife.
All right.
But eventually in the future, be tap room. That'd be cool.
Okay, so
Dope as fuck.
what time are we at right now?
I can't. 42 minutes.
Okay, all right. So now we're busting out the big guns.
Yeah. So
I think it's might be my favorite one.
So Jacob said, "Hey, we want to have you on the podcast," and I said, "Say less, I'll be there." You gave me a 3-week time period. I said, "I will brew a beer, quick ferment it." So it fermented in like 4 days. They call that a hot ferment. So this is a hot beer.
I see the steam coming off of it. But
this is this is the I owe you one Pilsner.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I owe you one Pilsner.
plug.
Yeah, I'll go walk it to the camera as well.
He's gonna walk into the camera.
Yeah, let other people see what we're drinking.
Take off the headphones.
What we're indulging in right now.
I don't know if it'll be focused or not.
This is the Pilsner. That is my Doberman up there. Her mom's here. She might bark a little bit.
So this is a lot of American beers like to call themselves Pilsners, but this is like Bud Light, Budweiser, Miller. They all like to call themselves Pilsners, but Bud Light uses rice, and
Really?
Miller Lite uses corn, so
Oh.
it's not really a Pilsner. This is a true Pilsner made with Pilsner malts.
Oh, look at you. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Are you fam?
Yeah, cheers.
All right.
Cheers. I owe you one.
I owe you one.
All right, Jacob. What color is this? Taking us back to elementary school. And this looks like a summer shandy color in the tint.
Yes, it
almost.
does.
That's smooth.
I like it.
I owe you one.
We might be on. The Germans did something right again. Hey, we might be on.
Are you
something.
German?
No, Mexican man.
Yeah, hey.
Far from German.
No, this one is something I would order repeatedly anywhere I would go. Definitely something this is number one on my list.
Hey.
Smooth, light, drinkable.
Yep.
All the
Name
things I
for
go
the show. Two Mex and a cerveza.
We're definitely going to get canceled for that.
I don't think we can call it that. That's not PC.
I did not approve of that message. So
No. That's really smooth though.
yeah. So how it took you 3 weeks to do this?
Yeah, so brewed it, fermented in like 4 or 5 days, bottled it, and then it takes 2 weeks to carbonate in the bottles. If I wanted to keg this beer and carbonate it quickly, I just hook up a CO2 container to it, give it a little shake for 20 minutes, and it's carbonated. So if you really wanted to, you could make a beer in like 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So yeast work a lot faster in higher temperatures, depending on the yeast you use. And the one I had was a quick yeast, so I fermented at like 90 degrees, and then bottled it.
Nice.
What is the percentage in this one?
It's a 4.5%. I think.
Oh, this
I
is
think
like
it's
the
4.5.
perfect summer day drinking and that's John's cup of tea.
You have a 12 pack of these and be like, okay.
Yeah.
He said a 12 pack. He said,
Yeah.
man.
Not 4.5, 4.6.
Oh,
So it's
4.6.
I love it.
John, what's the point?
I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Honey, howling.
Yeah.
She feeling some type of way today.
She must enjoy the beer too. I'm gonna pour a little in her. No.
No, he's not, folks.
Yes, I am.
No. No
P
he's
is gonna be like,
hey.
serving you dog.
Yep.
Oh.
These couches, alligator.
It's
It's gonna go down a whole list. My socks, sheep. What else?
Dude, they're gonna poach you, man.
our first ever visual episode, and it's gonna get flagged for some.
Yeah, it'll get flagged for sure. Don't put this on TikTok. It'll get flagged for everything.
Oh God. Try to look for a snippet.
So, Mark, question for you. Okay, so we're in a new era of time. You
Yeah.
understand that? So, how do you feel about like this whole era of like the internet now? Everything's like internet.
Yeah, I think the internet can be used in a good way. I think there's bad ways to use the internet. I think, again, like TikTok, I think it's cancerous. It wastes away your day. I can't look at it for more than 5 minutes and then I'm off. But like for example, beers, I found a lot of recipes online. There are apps online that I can use to measure my beers, create formulas. So I put every beer I make, I put it into an app. It'll tell me what the alcohol content will be. It'll tell me what the color will be, just by inputting the different ingredients that I used.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and it even gives you ranges. Like a Pilsner range from like 3.5% to 7.5%. It'll tell me if I'm in that range. Same thing with the bitterness on the IPA. It can be used for good things.
It can be used for good things, and
I think
also
that's the intent behind it. Just use it for what it's here for. Don't like get indulged like TikTok. Like literally, it's called TikTok for a reason because you're on it so long. TikTok. Time is going
look at
past,
you. That's
and you're
pretty-
like, yo, I've already spent 2.5 hours
TikTok
scrolling.
Yeah, fucking.
What's it called? Doom scrolling, where you're just like going on and on and on. Yeah, so that's interesting, though. Yeah.
I feel like there's a Spider-Man quote there: "With great power comes great responsibility." Like,
Hey.
Oh, Jacob.
Oh God.
Actually, speaking of like Spider-Man, because you just opened up the thought of mine. So, you seen Doctor Strange?
Have I? Does the
you
beer shit in the woods?
Can you give your honest review?
And wait a minute, have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
I have not. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Can they spoil it?
No, I mean, that's fine. Yeah,
I'm not gonna
You
spoil it.
yeah. Everybody has a different like perspective when they
It's
watch
fine.
something. So yeah,
I
go
mean,
ahead and spoil it.
It's been out for how long?
Yeah,
True.
I should. If I would have seen it, I would have seen it. So
I did see Xavier was in it. He got like his neck snapped or something.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they did 'em wrong.
They introduced like 4 or 5 new characters, like multiverse characters that
Variants.
they could bring in
Oh,
to the Marvel universe, and then they killed every single one. Killed them
So
all
easy.
off.
So easy. Unfortunately, so
So
easy.
you had like Reed Richards was John Krasinski from The Office.
Yes, yeah.
That was a great cameo, and
Fire.
he's supposed to be the smartest man alive.
And he
And
got worked.
He under negotiated with Scarlet Witch, and then got killed. He got
What
shredded,
the-
literally
Oh
shredded.
shit!
Yeah, and it was. I appreciated the cameos and the variants, but it's like
they were just like, in my opinion, placeholders.
Yeah.
But
Kind of like shiny things. Like
in a way,
it
yes.
really didn't.
But in general, like, I know scale 1 to 10, 10 being great, 1 being I'm never watching this movie again. For me personally, it was 7.5, 8.
Okay.
Personally. Mark's like,
What-
Jacob,
Mark,
what the
what
fuck?
I watched it for the story because Marvel has hook, line, and sinkered me
Yes.
in. And so it's like the last season of Lost or the last season of Game of Thrones. I just have to watch it. I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh,
No.
damn.
No.
Wow. That bad?
If you,
like, just not
I mean, it's
not rewatchable.
it was better than the Hulk, better than Thor 3. Like
2. No, wait.
Two.
I was
Two.
about to say, don't say
Ra-
third 3 was bad. We
Thor:
could.
The Dark World was garbage.
So you
Oh.
say
Yeah,
so
it
you're
was-
more so of Marvel versus DC. You're more Marvel than DC.
I enjoy movies.
Okay.
I'll watch both. The new Batman movie,
I
amazing.
haven't seen it yet. I need to.
It was 3 hours long, so you got to dedicate a whole day. to
Right,
it, but it
right.
was
Speaking of
good.
Batman, there's been a lot of shade thrown towards Batman because people are saying he's not a real superhero. He's just this rich guy that's like fucking
It's
up
like
poor
Iron-
people. I don't
Iron
know.
Man 2. Just a
Duh.
rich guy.
Yeah.
Rich guy in a suit.
And it's like he doesn't really have powers, and I'm like, Batman's pretty badass though. I don't
Money
know.
is power.
Batman has like the martial art though. I mean, Iron Man doesn't have that. Iron Man he's literally the rich guy in the suit. But Batman has a little bit of something, right? I mean,
I mean,
You
in-
catch him off guard, what he gonna do?
Still
I
be
pull up to
trash.
his lair. I mean,
You go find Batman's lair?
he's gonna block me with his like I don't know. What he's gonna do? It's gonna block the door like
let me buy a force field real quick.
Yeah, no. So you can't do that. That's what I'm like. I get in those two worlds. I'm like, I don't know. I'm more Marvel than DC. There are some DC characters I do like even watching like Endgame. It was kind of weird to me to like. I still have to rewatch it over and over, but like, I don't understand how like the Hulk. You're supposed to be this character, and then you get
Smart Hulk.
They're doing him dirty.
neutralized
hot
as a-
garbage.
They're,
I'm like,
they're,
yo.
they're
He
neutralizing
said hot-
him.
hot
They're
garbage.
neutralizing him in the whole
you don't
series.
do that
for
to
sure.
Hulk though. Like, I don't understand that.
Because they picked a version of the Hulk that they
He's
thought
timid
people would
and-
like, but hey,
If they actually had Professor Hulk in the movies, he would just beat up everybody.
Yeah, it would be like no
It'd
movie.
be a boring movie.
Yeah, true.
got those sign in to appease the people.
I always remember what was it? The one movie. It might have been the first Avengers where he was slamming Loki like back and forth.
Yes.
Like that shit was so funny to me.
like a
Like,
little rag doll, almost
Yeah.
like this guy's.
Stupid guy.
see, and if he did that the whole thing, I mean, you'd be like, okay, he could just do it to everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I thought he would have showed up, beat up Thanos like nothing, but Thanos made him look like.
jumps.
Made him look like his name was Osh.
Alrighty, well, it's been an episode.
See the camera just tip over?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. All right, so any other questions, bro?
Nah. Just went into a beer review episode and I loved it.
really turned into that, yeah.
So no, okay, so we tried all these beers today.
Right.
I want you guys both to rank these 1 through 4.
I
Your personal preference.
love every single one of the beers I've made.
Aw,
I can't.
one, all four.
I can do that.
There you go.
Because I didn't make these bitches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys have a beer review, so like if he makes them, you gotta give an honest
So
take.
look,
So like, I know
number
which one's
4?
not- IPA.
IPA, hot garbage.
I knew it.
So now it's not, actually the more I drink it, it wasn't as bad. So there's a tie. Well, yeah, the IPA is still less, but it made a close third. The Seltzer's third. The Bach is number 2, and then the IOU one is number 1 for sure. Because the IOU one is like real smooth, like real just a drinkable beer.
Did you just read those left to right? How I put them?
No, I didn't.
I can't see from the angle, so he probably did.
Whatever, don't talk to me.
All right.
How would you rate the Mosh?
Well, I definitely will put what was the second one we had?
Seltzer?
Seltzer. That can be in last place for me. The third one, third to last, would be No, let's go first. It's on us. It's on us first. Clearly,
I owe you
'cause-
one.
Yeah, I owe you one. That's definitely first. Both the German ones are eating right now. They did something right. Yeah. And then the third one was what was the third one?
What was the third one? What was that again?
We had the IPA, the Seltzer, the Bach, and the Pilsner.
The IPA. Yeah. Wow.
So-
So we went all around the
Yeah.
around the map here. I like it.
Yeah, the fruity one, I definitely put that in third place. So that'd probably be my list of like all of them.
We're similar. We're similar. I think the seltzer for me would be 4, and then the IPA third, and then I actually the IOU one would probably be second for me, and then the Bach would be first.
I like the Bach.
Yeah, that Bach one, that was like smooth. This is good too. Yeah, IOU one.
Point.
I like that. Yeah. So actually, give me some more of that.
Yeah, which one do you want?
Let's do the Bach. Bach sounds nice. All
See, Mark, and you didn't even have to. I didn't even have to ask you the question.
What was the question?
You said I was going to ask you where do I see your stuff in 5 to 10 years, and you answered
I
it.
answered it before you answered it.
So, do you have any questions for us?
I do.
Ooh.
I came prepared. I
Oh.
knew the questions were coming.
He said I bought. He said I listened.
So in the past, like 2 months,
Look at all this head.
the past like 6-7 episodes, you guys have had people from around here in the area doing good things. Previous to that, you had a lot of like conversation pieces between the 5 guys. It was great, and both sides are great. Where do you see the podcast growing in the next couple of years? Do you see it going more towards a conversation, bar talk kind of thing, or do you see it more of like an interview, let's bring on good people kind of thing?
What do you say, Jacob?
I mean,
will it vary from?
There's a lot of different. I mean, without divulging too much information, we have different avenues we're going to approach with that. I think our first priority though is always to support local, because that was our initial journey for this podcast. So I think it's going to continue highlighting local entrepreneurs and individuals. But, you know, we also enjoy having each other's company. So we're still going to try to keep that balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the last like 2 months, it's been nothing but
guests.
Yeah, so it's so like, honestly, it feels really good to have like ask people to come on, and they're like, absolutely. It's like, I don't know, it's like, oh, you want to come on our little show,
right?
It's like, it feels really cool. Like, to be like, I'll be there.
It's moving to see like where we started and like where we're going, and like people see our consistency doing this, and they're like, I can be a part of that.
I can be a part.
I'll share my story of what I'm doing, and they'll kind of like bounce ideas off each other and like see where both of us can go to. And that's one of the things we want to work on too. Like every guest we had on, we should double back.
We need to double
now
back.
that we're visual now, you know. So we want to just, you know, show that side of our podcast too, and just like overall, I think it's a dope podcast, and I think I like where we're going. I can't really say where we'll be in 5 years, but I just know we're in a good direction. We can have ideas of like us being in the studio, or us like, I don't know, being the podcast of Lorraine.
There's one thing I will say: in 5 years, for sure, we'll have different branches of content under our umbrella, under our belt.
And yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and with you guys doing your beer reviews, you know, we're gonna try to help you as much as possible with what we have here, what we already have established, and that kind of branches off. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most of us get around, and like it's very therapeutic for us, because a lot of us have tough days, tough weeks, and like this is the time for us to come sit down, have a conversation amongst guys and whoever else we have on, and just be honest about what's really going on in our life. Well, like each episode we do a mental health check, right? And I'm sure you've like listened, but okay, well today I feel like a 9, 7, depending on your day. So like if you want to go into that real quick,
Go ahead. You just segue right into there.
so
Dad.
yeah, each episode we do that. And John, you want to start us off?
Sure, I can start it off. So on a scale of 1 to 10, everything, combination of everything, this week has been kind of busy for me. Like, I haven't had really time to like relax, and this weekend is kind of just the same. It's going to be, after this, we're going to be going out for your birthday and
Yes,
having a great time. So no, it's just been really busy. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably like an 8. Just, I feel like I just need time and I don't have it, and I really like. I'm grateful when I wake up in the morning and it's just like, okay, I got another day to do something and I need to figure it out. And I feel that sometimes I have no time to figure out my own stuff. I'm doing things for other people. So this, sliver of my week, being here with these guys, talking to you guys, seeing you guys, like before this podcast, we never seen each other. it was, we were just okay maybe a month or a couple
Once in
months.
a month, or yeah.
Just hey, what are you up to? And so now it's every week we're doing something, and
Yeah.
it just feels really good. So.
There was a time where I think we spent almost probably 4+ months apart from each other. We're just
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, at least, yeah. So no,
We had to go through our own fermentation process. Boom, got it with that one. Yes, I did.
So yeah, we're fermenting now, and as a podcast, we're growing, and we have more ideas, and we're trying to produce more. So it's kind of clicking more in my brain to do more. So
we're still disconnected, reconnect.
yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. I feel positive, in what I'm doing and what we're doing. I feel like together. Yeah.
Jacob.
Oh, I was going to go to Mark.
Mark, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Physically, mentally, good. It's been a good week. Been in the gym every single day. Got to stay physically fit.
Let's go.
Mentally, it's been a good week too. I have a couple days off of work, so I've been spending time at home doing yard work, mowing the grass because it's been growing like crazy. Doing a lot of beer stuff. I'm here on the podcast. I got a good weekend ahead of me. I'm feeling good. I think I'm gonna go a 9 out of 10.
Hey,
and
that's good.
Only not a 10 out of 10 because the weekend hasn't happened yet. I don't like to look towards the future, but I think I'm about a 9.
So far, it looks bright. Yeah.
So far, it's looking good.
Yeah.
Jacob. Here we go.
Oh, motherfucking 10.
You drunk.
Motherfucking 10 up in this shit now, but for real. Honestly, it's about to be. It's our birthday. Let's face it. His birthday's before mine. My birthday's next. It's our birthday. Right. We share them. It's a 2-for-1 type shit.
No, it's a 1-for-1
Nah, 2-for-1. We both get to celebrate both days. It's cool. But anyways, we get 10.
I ain't speaking for us.
Okay, I'm a 10. It's about to be my birthday. I'm hanging out. We having a good time. Personal life's doing pretty good. Can't dwell on the negative. Only on the positive this week. And yeah, motherfucking 10. 10.
That's good.
1-0.
Right now, I'm a 9.5. Just because I want to eat some food.
Okay,
then
I feel
be
it.
10.
Okay,
but overall, I'm very appreciative of the podcast and how far we come in life. And today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
So, no, I've accepted a lot of truths, realized a lot of things. John said something earlier about time, and I realized that we're all time travelers in a sense, right? Oh God. Because when we're having fun, it feels like it flies past. But when we're not doing well, really depressive or wherever we're at, it goes slower. We're like,
Okay. I thought it was going to be something else, but
no, I can go to a rabbit hole.
Let's not.
I'll say it for a different episode. That's fine. So yeah, overall, I feel great. Love that we had you on, Mark. Yeah. Definitely want to bring you back more and more now that we have this our own Pilsner. This is pretty awesome. So yeah, overall, I feel good.
We wish that Gabe and Cliff were here.
Yes.
We hope that they're doing well wherever they're at right now, and I'm sure Cliff would have a gem. Does anybody have any quote that they could think of?
Anybody got any creative shit to think of today, right now, in this moment?
I before E except after C. Some shit like that. No, just
be happy, be good to each other, love each other. How about that?
Time. Oh shit! What the hell was that?
That was somebody.
I just glitched. So I'm telling you, time is
the Matrix.
Part of the journey is finding the destination.
Oh.
This has been an episode of It's On Us. Again, thank you, Mark, for joining us. This has been a lovely episode. You guys stay tuned.
Bye, Mom.
And that is going to wrap it, guys. The episode is finished. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like it, share it with your friends and family, and be sure to follow us on all our social media pages at IOU Podcast 440. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the continued support. We'll see you soon. Bye.